I refuse to bury any more friends.
You won't have to. Aldrin Sov is mine.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny, and yes, you just heard our Guardian speak for the first time since the original Destiny release in 2014. It looks like Cade's death was definitely traumatic enough for us to break our vow of silence. I really hope it's more than just this one line in the trailer, I'm sure it is. But sure enough, it's definitely very exciting. This of course is from the launch trailer that we got yesterday. You definitely owe it to yourself to check it out. But of course, aside from that, Update 2.0 was deployed yesterday and it brought a lot of the core systematic changes that are going to become a lot more useful in about a week. As of right now, we have access to the new weapon slots, we have increased vault space, and of course the most noticeable thing is going to be the brand new director with a brand new challenges and milestones setup. So in this video we'll take a closer look at that and a few things you might want to keep your eye out for as we wait the long wait until Forsaken's release. Let's get into it. Alright, so jumping right into it, of course, the first thing you'll notice when you boot into the game is going to be the new title screen, but the second thing you're going to notice is the shiny new destination director. Things have moved around quite a bit. They're making room for the Dreaming City and the Tangled Shore over on the right. They're not there yet, but they will be once Forsaken is released. And if you're looking for your weekly milestones, those things have shifted around a little bit. All of your powerful gear rewarding activity-based weekly milestones have now been renamed into challenges and now appear on the specific destination or activity node with a yellow icon. So for instance, for your flashpoint, those are now going to be rewarded by the actual destination vendor. So this week we have Mars. Once you finish your flashpoint, you can head over to Anna and she will reward you with your powerful gear, which for whatever reason right now is dropping Forsaken gear as long as you have pre-ordered the expansion. For me, it dropped a level 35 chest piece that I can't yet wear, but I guess I have it for when the time comes. Now, of course, one of the places we're going to be able to test the new systems is going to be in the free Gambit Preview. On September 1st, starting at 10 AM Pacific for 24 hours, we're going to be able to play Gambit, and it's going to be right there on the director. It's not going to give us any of the new gear, it's not going to count towards our ranking for Infamy, but it will be there for us to check out a few days early. But moving on, of course, we have the big 2.0 update, which is what brought all of these changes. We've gone over a lot of these in the past, but if you want the full patch notes, I'm going to leave them down in the description. We're going to just highlight a few things as we talk about some of the changes, but for the most part, there's a lot of really cool stuff here. And now, as a disclaimer, as you play the game, you're going to notice things that might feel a little broken. Bungie is definitely aware of these issues, and a lot of them should be ironed out when Forsaken actually drops next Tuesday. Now, one of the first big changes I want to touch on is, of course, your weapon slots have jumbled around quite a bit. You probably already noticed that. Mainly your special weapons, i.e. your shotguns, snipers, and fusions, and of course single-load grenade launchers have been moved up to your kinetic and energy slots, and now require green bricks no matter which slot they end up in. To balance the game a little bit, they made a couple sweeping changes to all of the weapons. First up, primary weapons have had a buff to their precision damage and a decrease to non-precision damage. This is going to promote precision play. But in addition to that, to keep the game a little bit more balanced, we actually received a decrease to base damage from special weapons. Again, that includes shotguns, sniper rifles, and fusion rifles. And honestly, this makes total sense. The special weapons now use green ammo, which is a lot more prevalent. You're going to have a lot more ammo uptime with those weapons. And so it's to mitigate the fact that you just have generally more uptime with your special weapons now, just like you did in Destiny 1. And think about it this way, before you had to choose between the Ikelos shotgun or the Acreus, now you can run both, and so to prevent you from being able to just steamroll through all of the content, they had to tone down that damage a little bit. I think it's totally fine. It doesn't really seem to affect Crucible at all, but I'm glad that it's going to keep the activities in Forsaken a little bit more challenging. Now, aside from that, all of the other sandbox updates seem to be general buffs for the most part. Most grenades do a lot more damage. Throwing knives do a lot more damage, the Ward of Dawn lasts a lot longer. Again, a lot of really cool buffs. If you want the full list, I'll leave the link to the patch notes down below. Now, a couple last minute details that I had to sort of discover on my own. First up is how tracking works. Essentially, once you hit something to be tracked, you can then pull out your ghost and see your progress. This way you don't have to dig inside of menus. The next thing I want to touch on, I didn't even notice inside of the patch notes until we raided that night, and that was some changes that were made to the countdown timer inside of raids. We typically have a 30-second countdown timer. Anybody dies, you have 30 seconds to pick them up before the team wipes. Now, instead of that, we have a global 2.5-minute timer that does not reset every time you get a revive. So let's say you revive somebody after a minute of them being dead. The next time someone dies, your timer will be at a minute 30. This was made so that you don't have to necessarily prioritize picking somebody up over trying to complete the objective. So for instance, if somebody died right here while we're trying to get the elements in and we want to get some damage in, we don't have to necessarily revive him as priority number 1. This is an interesting change. We'll have to see how it applies to the new raid. But anyways, that's all I wanted to touch on today. I'm pretty excited for the 2.0 update. I'm having a lot of fun with the new weapon slots. I'm honestly glad that it arrived a week early just so we can sort of get used to it and build new loadouts. Of course, the contest for Forsaken has ended, and the winner is Marcus F. We announced this on Twitter yesterday. Marcus, if you're watching this, you have a very important email to respond to right now. And again, a huge thanks to everyone else who supported us and entered the contest. We're all super stoked for the new channel, and I really appreciate all of your support with some of the new content that you're seeing on the channel. Of course, there's tons of Forsaken content yet to come, and which leads us to the next video, which is going to be posted on Friday. We're going to be diving into the annual pass because we got a lot more information about it yesterday as well, so we're going to be picking that apart and seeing what we can figure out. But anyways, drop a like if you found this information useful. Be sure to subscribe for much more content coming very soon. Thanks for watching, happy gaming, and I will see you all next time.